Hi guys, welcome to this speed build video in The Sims 4. My name is Irene and today it is time for a very special video and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. Today it's time for one of my very first collabs. I did one collab before, it was a huge group collab in spring collab it was called. But yeah, this feels like my first official collab because it's just me and another amazing simmer YouTuber called Simstopia, and I love her videos, and when she asked me to do this collab with her, I felt so honored. I just couldn't believe it. So thank you, girl, so much for asking me. She does amazing stop motion videos, amazing tutorials, amazing interiors. And I talked about her before while I was doing my cliff house last week and my Basegame mountain villa the week before that. I made custom-made fireplaces in both of these two houses, and I learned that method from her actually. These tutorials she does, I think they're all just with the base game and they're amazing. I learned so much from them. So like I said, I was just so amazed when she asked me to do this collab with her. We decided to do a base game build together. So no packs, no custom content, no mods whatsoever, only the base game. And we decided to do a huge build because we could divide the work into we did a huge modern family mansion. It's very luxurious, it has an infinity pool, it has glass walls, it has bridges, a lot of things going on. These are only the things I made on the exterior, of course, but there's so much going on later in the interior as well, the part that Simstopia will do, of course. So I'll put her video in the description box down below, a link to her video, because we decided that I could do the exterior and she could do the interior. So this is the first part of this house build video, and the second part you can watch on her channel. And like I said, she does amazing interiors, so I really recommend you to watch her video after you watched this one. It's going to be a huge family mansion. You can already see how huge the decks are here, and I just wanted to free build. I had some reference pictures I found on Pinterest, but a lot of different ones. I used reference picture here for the infinity pool, but another one for another corner of the house, another one for just a thing on the roof on the house. I love building with these reference pictures. I don't know why, but I always give me something like a starting point, and after that I just can add on different things and let my fantasy run free with different things. But I had a lot of different reference pictures that I used for this build, but I especially wanted to make it massive because it's a luxurious modern family mansion, and I wanted to avoid the look of just a box with a roof on it. I wanted to add a lot of different things like bridges and pools and things like that. Maybe you've noticed it already, but I've started building this build on a totally different lot. It's even in a totally different world than where I ended up in the end. I started this build in the desert world, Oasis Springs, and I always want to say Sunset Valley. I said that before. I think that's the desert world with The Sims 2, but I started this build in the desert here because I knew I wanted to do a lot on the exterior too, with these pools and these decks, and I thought it would be cool for a very hot world because you will spend a lot of time outside. So that's why I went with this lot initially, especially with this amazing views this lot has to offer. I did my other base game builds over here as well, the base game cliff house, and I did the base game mountain villa here. I like the light here, it's so bright, it's amazing for the thumbnails and for screenshots and everything. But when I was finished with the entire build, and especially when I picked out all the different colors, I just didn't like it that much there. But I will get into that later on a little bit more. I'm placing in a glass roof right here. I wanted to make a glass wall, and we cannot place glass walls in builds in The Sims 4, unfortunately. When I have to make a wish list for The Sims 5 or what I still want for The Sims 4, glass walls are so high up on my list, and I always mix these two up, Sims 2 and Sims 3, but for one of these two, the futuristic pack for one of these two came actually with glass walls. So when the Sim Gurus were teasing a futuristic pack a little bit, that turned out to be that eco lifestyle pack, my hopes were a little bit up about these glass walls, but unfortunately it isn't happening. But there are some great methods to still make that illusion of glass walls, and I already made it here, but I'm still going to talk a bit about it. You want to use glass roofs for it. Make the space that you want, where you want that glass wall, and make a gap just in the wall where you want that glass wall. Just place a roof in it, raise it up, and in that way you can make that glass wall there when you use a glass roof type. And especially when you don't know it, I told you the method right now, but when you don't know it and just take a look at the house, especially from a little bit afar or just from the back, where you can see it right here, it just looks like a glass wall. I think only when you really know it, you can see that angle of that glass sheet of the glass wall. So I really love that method, and I used it actually twice. When I painted this grass green, or the ground green right here, I already knew I had to change up this a lot. I love these concrete color, that gray and that white on exteriors. I don't really use bold colors on the exterior of my houses that much. And especially when I painted all the walls, what I'm doing right here, and when I colored all the different roof trims, they're all brown right now, but in a couple of seconds I will change them up in white. I just thought with that entire desert world and with all the rocks all around it, just that plain color, I just thought it looked a little bit too bland in this world. I love the entire view that this world gave over that desert here. You can't see it right now, but when you turn around the camera, you have an amazing view right there over the desert, and I love that look. But just for the total look of the entire house, I just didn't like it that much here. And I wanted to do so much with trees all around the build. I wanted to raise it up and make a hill underneath it. And I always love blending the environment surrounding lots with the lot itself. And the environment surrounding the lot with this particular lot were just a lot of rocks and a little bit of bushes and a little bit of palm trees, and I wanted to do way more with trees. So that's why I changed up the lot, I think in just a minute or two. You can see that glass wall on the infinity pool just at the front of the house, and Simstopia actually made an amazing tutorial about how to make these glass walls or pools. So I will put a link to that video in the description box down below as well. But it comes basically down to the fact that you want to use an invisible foundation. You can find it in the build menu and in the foundation section in your catalog, but you have to use a cheat to find it. You have to use the bb.showhiddenobjects cheat. After you use that cheat, you can see more different foundation types, and one of them is a light blue grayish, and it actually came with City Living as well, but it came with just the Basegame too. They're the same foundations, and they're just invisible foundations. So when you raise that pool up in a foundation, you can use that on the pool wall. Hold down your shift key when you want to use that foundation just on a section of the entire foundation that you made, because otherwise the entire foundation on the deck surrounding the pool as well will be invisible too, and that looks a little bit strange, of course. But when you hold down that shift key, you can place it just on a certain section of the pool or on the foundation, and that way you can make that glass pool. But there's way more that comes to it, so if you want to know really more about it, an in-depth tutorial, watch that tutorial that I will link in the description box down below, of course. I'm picking out the windows right now and just talked a lot about glass walls, and wouldn't it be amazing that we could use glass walls here when I just placed the windows. But I think the windows that came with the base game are gorgeous as well, especially because they are so versatile, because they are so modern and so plain, just normal windows, these glass, big huge windows. So I loved using them, and of course I use them a lot in this modern build as well. I just placed in some palm trees and I kept them there even when I switched the lot, because I will switch it to Willow Creek, and there are some places in Willow Creek you can find some palm trees as well. Talking about it, I just switched the lots over there. And at the background, this build, there are two different 50 by 50 lots in Willow Creek. One where the park is, and this one, and of course I built it here. And this one, the part that you can see right here, is actually the back of the lot, and at the other side, the front, there's a driveway, there's some water too, and on that waterfront there's some palm trees. So that's why I thought it was okay to keep these palm trees over there. I always take a good look at the environment surrounding the lot, and I just think it looks way better when you take notice of that, and I think your whole build just blends better with the environment and just looks a little bit better. But the palm trees I placed in, of course, they're just base game palm trees, but I used a debug palm tree as well. Base game, duh, of course. But I think it looks a little bit more realistic some way, because the entire tree itself doesn't look that realistic. It's very white, but the leaves are a little bit more fine made, and especially when you combine them with just the normal base game palm trees, I think the entire look of these palm trees are way more realistic. So that's what I did in this build as well. I'm working on the hill underneath the house right here, and I'm using these rocks with grass on top of them. They're debug items as well. I never used them before, and the reason why I use them, you can see them over here on the left as well, just at the edge of the lot, or not really, they're not on the lot, they're off the lot. And the other house you can see at the right of the lot, where a house already built there, where a family already lives. The house is up on a hill as well, and these rocks were at the edge of the, you can see it on the right here. And like I already said, I wanted to blend this house with the environment, and I wanted to make this pathway here just between these two hills with these rocks that you could see in the environment surrounding the lot. So I wanted to incorporate that in this build as well. I just always think it looks way more natural and way more fluid when you take a good look at the environment surrounding the lot. But I think we're almost at the end of this video already. It feels so strange because of course the house isn't finished yet, but the interior, like I said, you can watch that apart by Simstopia on her channel, so I really recommend you to watch that part. I'm very curious what you thought about this house and this exterior and this collab. Please let me know in the comments down below. I was talking about my wish list for The Sims 5 and what I still want for The Sims 4. I was talking about these glass walls. If you have a wish list for The Sims 4 or 5, please let me know in the comments down below as well. I'm so curious what you still want for the game. This video is on Sunday. You're watching it right now, and when you're watching it on the day when I've uploaded it on Sunday. Normally I always upload on Monday and Friday, but of course Simstopia and me, we wanted to upload together at the same time, so that's why I did it. We did it on Sunday today. So no video tomorrow, but one this Friday. So just a normal week with 2 videos, but a little bit of a change in the schedule. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. It would make me very, very happy. I try to do a lot of different things with my builds. I want to keep you guys inspired for your own builds. So if you like that, please subscribe. I hope to talk to you this Friday. I hope you will have an amazing day today, and well, goodbye.